Hi all, welcome back to Red Storm. This is Dark Blue Defection, the expansion for Red Storm. It's got 10 solo scenarios. I've worked my way through 4 of them now, and this is the 5th one. I recorded a small bit of footage, 10 minutes previous to this. I still had part 4 set up, and it was just John Brown had made 3 comments from part 28 of my scenario 4. It did go to part 29, and I was kind of lingering a bit in case he might come back with some comments for 29. I was going to put that bit at the beginning of this video to start it, but then I thought, I don't know what I'm going to do. It might appear at the beginning, it might appear at the end, or I'm not really that sure, to be honest. I mean, it was only 10 minutes, but I thought, so I've cut it, and the thing was, there was 2 or 3 there was 2 in particular mistakes that were made that I don't think would have affected outcome, but they were pretty bad mistakes, to be honest. And I think it was me just trying to rush to get it finished, but I'm a bit concerned that part 29 might also contain stuff as well, so I didn't want to sort of close the lid completely on scenario 4. However, this is scenario 5. So yeah, I've just set it up just now. It is just a day after I finished scenario 4, so there we go. Game's still sitting on another table waiting to get some attention, but I will get around to it, no doubt, at some point. Just, I don't know, once I get motivated, I suppose once I get sat and look at things and start moving things about. Okay, so what have we got here? Well, we've got more map to start with. Quite a lot of flights involved. It's pretty even this time. Same amount of flights, although there's a wee story starting up here. Well, it's probably been going from the start, but it starts to tell us things about what this dark blue defection thing is all about, I guess. So yeah, well, there's the setup. As you can see, it was the other side of the map, and I've had to open up part of it as well. And like I say, that's not the map complete. There's another edge down here that opens up, and obviously if I had to use it all, you can see I'd be struggling, I think, to record it as well. So I'm kind of hoping that it doesn't go to that as the scenarios go on, but it might well do, I don't know. I mean, it does say, it does mention that the whole map is in play here, and I'll need to remember that this time, because last time I kind of forgot. Now this is the east edge, that is the north edge up there, the west edge is away across there, but however the south edge is not here, it's going to be further down. So if it does come to flights needing to move that way, I might need to look at how things are going to go. Okay, so what is this? This is NSC5. Now, it's called Dark Blue Defection, this scenario. So this is, the whole campaign is called, the whole expansion was called Dark Blue Defection, but this scenario in particular is called Dark Blue Defection. So here's the mission briefing. I can't really show, I've nowhere to put any of this. Well, you know what, I could move these out of the way, could I? Do we need to be reading this together? Maybe not. Yeah, but let's just do it anyway. So I've just put that over there. This is going to be a good area for putting stuff again. It looks like this part of the map is not going to be used. So that's all good. And I've got plexi down, so it's not going to damage the map or anything like that. Okay, so NSC5 Dark Blue Defection. Here's the mission briefing. Okay, Nikolai Krasnov. Now we'll remember him. He was one of the ace pilots, and the must have been scenario 3, yeah, I think. Anyway, Nikolai Krasnov has had a long distinguished military career, fighting in 8 different wars for the USSR over the course of 24 years of service. He has seen it all and is a hard man. Despite the many pilots he has killed, he stands by the belief belief of a code of honour among pilots and combat in the skies, a war of minds and tactics rather than of brute force. It is his way of justifying his ever-increasing tally of confirmed kills. Nikolai Krasnov is a double agent, haha, and a good one at that. For the last 11 years, he has continued to send secret documentation and intelligence to MI6. His time is now up. He has been discovered by a KGB agent after attempting to send vital information about the war effort to NATO forces. Nikolai Krasnov has fled his position on foot into the hills overlooking Kassel and has called for immediate extraction. Warsaw Pact forces are in pursuit, frantically searching. They are closing in on his position. Nikolai must be recovered at all costs. Okay, so our targets. The NATO objective for this mission is to destroy air defences in the area around Nikolai Krasnov's location to clear a way for H-53 flight, which is named Mother, to extract and return him alive to the NATO side of the front. Okay, so the date is the 27th of May 1987. I know you maybe don't want to read this, you can always skip on, I guess. I'm having to read it. I glanced at it already, but I'm having to read it, or I want to anyway. So, yeah, 27th of May 1987. Ooh, it's night. Oh, I didn't notice that. Right, okay, so time of day 2:30 night, and it's a full moon. Okay, so that's bringing something new in. Oh, I need to have a look at Howard's notes about the scenario thing, the new things to read up on. That could be one of them. You know what? I'm just going to glance at that now. So yeah, so like Mike, who's been following along, had said, the rules kind of peaked out in part 4, and once you've got to part 4, scenario 4, I think it's not adding so much after that. And right enough, Howard's wee notes on what you need to know about this scenario is it's a CSA, it's a combat search and rescue mission over into enemy lines. And the 2 new rules that are introduced, or things that you need to read up on, are night and helicopters, because that's what what is it? Mother. Anyway, that's what that is. So yeah, so I will have a look at that. There's maybe not an awful lot in that, so hopefully I'll get on top of it before we get started and blunder my way into things and forgetting about it. Okay, so night, full moon. Detection level NATO D, Warsaw Pact C. Yeah, same again. Now I noticed the top of the map is opened up there. I've got it under the counter tray where I could put counters up there marking things, but it's got it down here on my scenario setup card. So, and the turn counts, I'll just use the dice again. So I think that's all that's on that. Let me take that away and have a look. There we go, because I'm not sure we've really seen this all game, have we? Well, yeah, it does have the phase track, so I suppose you could move a phase. It's got a turn track, which goes up to 10. I want to say this lasts 12 turns, so I'll just use my D12 for that again. And then you can see the detect track. It does, however, have the terrain chart there as well, though, so I suppose there's some information there, but it's too far. It's away up in the corner, and I think we've managed without it. So I'll put my counter tray back there, and we'll just use the dice and other things to keep track of things. Right. So yeah, NATO D, Warsaw Pact C. Weather clear. Do not roll on the weather table. So again, we're not touching the weather table at all. We will still stick with the random altitude change for the bot though, which was one of the optional rules, wasn't it? The whole map is in play, like I said. Well, if this southern bit needs to be looked at, we'll just have to deal with that when it happens. Now the front, NATO side is on the west of all these markers. Now it tells you, there's more markers in this. If you look at this setup scenario card, obviously these come further down, but you kind of run out of markers, and these are 5s. I've got 7s. Obviously there's not enough counters in this the game. If you're playing this on Vassal, you wouldn't have these issues, but these should be 5s. And so you can see the front coming down there. If I need to check where it goes from here, my guess is it comes further down, but it might cut in a little bit. It does have that one's on hex 4528. The next one is 4633, so it's here. You can just see, so that would be the next one. And then it's 4640, so yeah, then it comes directly down to the bottom here. And then it would continue down, but I mean, I'm running out of space here for that. So yeah, I'm pretty sure we'll be able to see it comes right down there. And from north to south, it's pretty much within that area. And you can see we're on the right side at the moment. The trouble's up on the, well, where we're trying to go is on the wrong side. But this is our mission. So it tells you there, right, closed airfields, Hochstar and Kitzingen. Well, I've been hunting about for them, and I can't find them. So my guess is they're on the southern part of the map. Either that, or I'm looking about. It doesn't show you them on the planning map. So anyway, the fact that they don't seem to be that close by, I don't think we'll worry about them. Inherent AA infrared SAM coverage. Right, well, we had this last time. Warsaw Packside within 5 hexes of the front. So it's exactly the same, and that's going to be the 2K22 situation again. That's going to hit us at deck or low altitude. So we need to keep that in mind. Okay, and over the page, NATO order battle. So the air setup, air units and markers. So the US has 3 flights of 4 aircraft each, right? Of F4Ds that are cap. Aggression values +2, and we set up undetected heading east, adjacent to NATO orbit 0.3 at medium altitude. Now we'll go and look at that in a second. I can probably glance at the flights there. There they are. We've got Chevy, Vegas, and Dodge. They're all 4 F4D flights, all at aggression value 2. So there are cap flights. So I'm guessing they're maybe not going to be as good as what we've had before, but +2 aggression, that's pretty decent. Just glancing, their BVR weapons have a range of 5 in the front. Guns aren't too good. Infrared missiles aren't bad though. So okay, well that's them. So we've got 3 flights of them. And yeah, I'll go out to the map after we've looked at all this and just glance at it. So and then we also have 1 flight of 4 F11D/E SEAD, aggression value +2, and then set up undetected in southeast at another. They're at medium altitude as well. So that's SLAM flight. So it's the same flight as we had the last time. But you can see he's got different ordnance. He's got AT CBUs. He's got the CBUs this time, John. I'm looking at that. I'm seeing it. The AT as well. It tells you exactly AT CBUs. Okay. Yeah, I'll blunder my way through that. Weapons. Yeah. Okay. So we've got 4 aircraft in that flight. So they're the ones that are going to be trying to take some of the stuff out. And then we've got Mother, which is H-53. Now there's 2 aircraft in the flight, just 1 flight, 2 aircraft. CSAR, that's Combat Search and Rescue. So this is there's 2 helicopters, and they're both going to fly and try and rescue Nikolai. I forgot his name. That'll tell us here. Nikolai Krasnov, yeah, it tells us in the objectives. Okay, and then there's 3 orbit points where we can try and sort of get some recovery from as well. And there's Mother there. Now, I wasn't sure at first. Right, I'm not getting to see all of that. It's a bit of a bummer. Oh no, it is. It's near enough. Yeah, I was looking for the wee card, and they don't have cards for these. So it's obviously just all the aircraft, not the helicopters. But these, yeah, they're not even on the. So I mean, they don't have cards, but they're not even on this. They're not even on the aircraft data chart, least I don't think they are. Unless they're on a different chart somewhere, maybe. I don't think so, though, because it's helicopter stuff, and once we look at the rules for helicopters, but just glancing at that, it's got notes night. Okay, so it's got night capability. It's got TFR, which is terrain following radar, and that, and then it's got this wee note: move 1 hex per turn, deck or / low altitude only. Must land from deck. Use full movement points to land. It doesn't count fuel. Aggression value 0. It's not got any weapons. There's two aircraft, 2 helicopters in the flight, and yeah. So we're going to have to have a wee look at how they work. Just wondering there if there is, because it's got notes for them TFR and night. So, or does that mean all helicopters might have that maybe? Yeah, I'll look at it anyway when we come out. Okay, and then that's it. Yeah, let's say there's 3 orbit points, and the NATO pilot quality was veteran. Oh, they're all veteran for the F4D and the F111. Yeah, well, they've all got a +2 aggressive value as well. Although I found out that wasn't the actual meaning of veteran, whatever. I think it can have different numbers there, but whether the veteran part shows up somewhere else or not, I can't recall, to be honest. But, well, we'll see. Right, so over to Warsaw Pact, Order of Battle. Right there, air set up. So they've got 4 undetected generic Warsaw Pact flights, A, B, C, D, within 1 hex of an orbit point, and then they've got the flow of flight plan A within 1 hex till activated. Same again, the player card 5, this, and we'll have to look at special scenario instruction rules. Special scenario rules, that is, yeah. And then there's the flight plan. There's only three waypoints, and then we've got another 4 set up generic E, F, G, and H. Similar thing. They're all undetected. They're all at medium altitude, these, and they've got flight plan B, which is 3 waypoints as well. So there's, well, yeah, you know what you're going to get, the aircraft, so you've got to set them all out and that as well, and yeah, you're going to find out. It's not a big secret, I assume, this part. So if bought flight activation check is real flight, roll 1d10 for flight type. So we've got MiG-25 PD, which is a new one, MiG-23M, which was a new one as well, and MiG-21 SPS, we've seen that one before. In fact, we had that in the last mission. So there's the regression values: 2 for the MiG-25 PDs, 1 for the MiG-23, and 0 for the MiG-21 SPS. They're all cap missions and cap tasks, and yeah. So, and then air defence. So there's 1 SA-13 setup located, and then up to the top here there is 5 2K-22s. Sorry, get a wee bit better there. 5 2K-22s, and they set up located where the radar's turned on. So nothing hiding this time to confuse us, just as we've got it as well. Yeah, and then pilot quality, veteran for the MiG-25 PD, regular for the other 2 MiG flights. Okay, so scenario special rules. None of these have changed much. We follow the player card 5. These first ones, there's maximum of 3 dummy flights this time. 0 to 6 it's real, 7 to 10 it's dummy. Again, this bit that slightly confused me at first. Basically, you just ignore non-combat actions. That says you while it's generic, the flight will follow the MiG-21 SPS at combat throttle. And if bot flights reach waypoint on the flight plan, they turn around and head back to waypoint 1. So they just keep going back and forward. This one, if detected enemy flight in the same hex within 7 hexes, they go to engagement action. So that all that's just the same. And this one as well is the same, but we've never had to use this. If a bot flight is activated away from its flight plan and no detected enemy flights are within 7 hexes, use combat throttle, move to medium altitude, do not zoom climb, and return to flight plan closest waypoint. So that's the same, but we've not had to use it, let's say. Right, so some new stuff regarding what we're doing here. When H-53 flight lands at target hex, we roll 1d10. 4 to 10, Nikolai Krasnov is recovered. 1 to 3, fighting around the extraction point ensues, Nikolai is not recovered. Roll again on each subsequent turn until recovered. Designate which helicopter in the flight recovers Nikolai. So you need to remember that as well. There's two helicopters, obviously. Okay, H-53 CSAR flight starts the scenario. Detected and remains detected for the scenario. Do not roll for flight during the detection or tracking phase. Now, I was looking at this rule again. This was in the previous scenario, and I just wondered if maybe I had blundered with this. I don't think so, though. Sure, John would have picked that out. Bot flight target priority. Well, he did actually mention at one point. So maybe he did. Maybe that was calling me out on it. His bot flight target priority for engagement actions is detected good order flights first. I'm not sure. What was it? Could it have been? In fact, maybe I've not looked closely at that. Maybe we had a disordered flight at the time. Ooh, I might have. Give me a sec. Actually, no, it wasn't this. It was a reminder that when we check bot flights, they check in proximity. They check the nearest. Where is it? Wait till I find it on the card. Yeah, it's in that bit there, isn't it? It says real bot flights in the suit move first in order based on proximity to human players' flights with the closest moving first. I think I hadn't considered that at the time. Yeah, I think I had 2 spades and I rolled a dice, which it shouldn't have been. It should have chose that. So I need to try and remember that one. That has nothing to do with what this is here, though. But anyway, I thought it might have been for a moment. And I was a bit worried that I'd done something wrong. Something else wrong. So bot flights, target priority for engagement actions is detected good order flights first. I think that just takes you away from targeting. Yeah, I was a bit concerned. Yeah, you know what? I'm starting to wonder now. Because Cobra flight got attacked again and it was disordered. It was disordered, wasn't it? That sounds like maybe that's been a mistake. I don't think John pulled me up for that one, though, so maybe he's missed that himself as well. There was, I had to add to my part 25. I know I'm talking about previous scenarios now, so I probably shouldn't go on about that here. I've not mentioned that in that other part. You know what I think I'll do, because John's just posted some recent comments for part 29. So what I think I'll do is I'll create a part 30 for scenario 4 rather than talk about it here. That's probably best. And I can put that a wee bit. I can just call it part 30. And I'll just probably be reasonably small. Just going over the comments he's done. The only thing now is I've changed the map, so any more that I record for that, I'll not be able to show. That was what I was trying to hope before I changed things, that he may be coming, but he's just coming with some comments just now, so I figured I would get on and start getting things set up. Right, let's get back to this just now then, and I can deal with that situation later. So and then we ignore these events. These look very much similar to the ones that we've been ignoring in the past. And then, as you can see, this scenario ends at the end of turn 12. At that point, roll for recovery for all flights that have not yet recovered. So you can see the Then the victory conditions, end of scenario, both the Warsaw Pact and NATO total their victory points as follows. So we get 14 points if we extract Nikolai Krasnov to the NATO side of the front. 2 points for each Warsaw Pact aircraft shot down or crashed. And we would lose 4 points, or they would get 4 points for each NATO aircraft shot down or crashed. Again, enemy aircraft recovers crippled for 2 points. Enemy aircraft recovers damage, 1 point. Enemy crew member killed or captured, 1 point. Enemy SAM or AA unit totally destroyed, 2 points. Enemy SAM or AA unit heavily damaged, 1 point. And the victuals look like they're the same. So we total up the NATO ones, we take away subtract the Warsaw Pact ones, and we end up with this number. So that's it. There we go. Right, I'll show you some of the things on the map. Okay, so we've got the Warsaw Pact flights there. That's A, B, C, and D. All at medium altitude. They've got an orbit point there. That's their waypoint 1, so that's their ingress point, and they're going 1, 2, 3. So just the 3 red dice, and once they reach there, they're coming back, and then the flight flight path B is down here. We've got E, F, G, and H. All at medium altitude. They've got an orbit point. They've got their flight points their waypoints are 1, 2, and 3 there. So they're just going to go between them, but I'm pretty sure they're going to bump into us. So we've got that's our F4s, F4Ds. They're all cap flights, and we've got plenty of aircraft. There's 4 aircraft in every one of these flights, apart from the helicopters. So, and there's 4 aircraft. That's SLAM up there. That's our bombers with the ATCBUs, and there's Mother there. So the helicopters just move 1 hex. Now the yellow cube is the extraction point. It's got on the map. So that's where the helicopters are heading. Now they move, like I've just glanced at it, it says it moves 1 hex per turn. So you can see 1, 2, once it reaches here, it's going to get shot at. So my guess is that we want to try and clear most of that out of the way if we can, because obviously we don't want the helicopters getting shot up. And there's the SA-13 there, and then the 2K-22s are scattered round about. Remember, we've got the inherent 2K-22s as well, as long as they're across they're within 5 hexes across the front, but you can see the front moves from, so anything in there is going to trigger one of them as well if they're at deck or low. The helicopter's got to be at deck or low, so yeah, you can see what we're up against. And like I say, the F4s are there, medium altitude, so they're going to have to try and fend off the incoming Warsaw Pact flights. And remember, there's five of them this time, and they're all cap, so kind of going to be up against it here, I think, air wise. Oh yeah, they've got 4 aircraft in every flight as well. Wow. Okay, well we wanted something a bit more challenging, so maybe this is it. And not, when you think about rules wise, admittedly, okay, I'm gonna have to look at helicopters. I'm gonna have to keep in mind that it's at night as well, and look at the night rules. But everything else, 2K-22s, the inherent stuff. Okay, we've still got AA round these. Remember, this is got to be considered bad for us. I'm guessing they're on Warsaw Pact territory now, so my guess is they're theirs. We do have Castle Airfield up there as well, so it's got a concentration round about it. Yeah, okay. And the SA-13, we've seen that in action before as well. Remember, it's infrared, it's not radar, but we've no jammers this time. We've got 80 CBUs, and it looks like we've got 6 points per aircraft looking at the flight log sheet. Yeah, so I don't know how much all that we can take out. We need to try and work that out. I mean, that they're the only flights that can do anything about any of that. Just look. Oh, actually, the F4Ds do have multi-role. Does that mean anything? No, it doesn't really, because they've not got any ordnance anyway. They've only got air-to-air. So no, that doesn't really do anything. They do all have the night note, which I guess is probably just looking at the Warsaw Pact flights, the MiG-25 PD has night. All the other flights, the MiG-23M and the MiG-21 SPS, have night limited. So that's going to be a downside for them, I think. Okay, so that's it. It looks pretty cool. Looking forward to it again. Looks a bit more straightforward than what we had before, but then I don't know. Maybe it might turn out now we've got 12 turns this time. So I'll put my D12 out with number 1 on it, and yeah, we'll get to it. So I'm at 31 minutes there. I'm going to have to take a pause. What I think I'll do is, I'll couple of things. I'm going to look at John's notes, so I'll probably make a little bit more extra recording of that, and I will just upload it as part 30 of scenario 4, I think. Although I think I introduce it as not that. I can just make a wee note in the heading, because I was going to add it to the beginning of this, obviously. And then I'll have a wee read up on some helicopter stuff and some night rules as well, and see what that's all about. Okay, so I'll take a pause here. That's a bit of a poor part to just put it. We're only at 32 minutes, because I thought I was going to add on the rest of the stuff as well. But we'll see. You know what? I might just make it a wee short introduction part here for scenario 5 and leave it at that. But I'll be back soon with some actual gameplay. Okay, cheers.